Your first choice for news on North Mississippi CW4 starts now.
Good morning, everyone. It's 7 o'clock on the CW4 at 7. Good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning. It's Fondue Friday.
Fondue Friday.
Fondue Friday.
I like it.
Fun Friday, Fondue Friday. I'm here. Double fun, right? No.
Jury's still out on that one. No,
Crickets,
just kidding.
Crickets.
It's always fun to have Jacob Dickey here.
Yeah. I kind of threw you guys under the bus a little bit earlier. We jokingly said, "Oh, there's a guest coming," and it turned out we brought cooking up a storm here. Y'all had no idea.
We did not.
You
You
tricked
tricked
us.
us.
Yeah, I cannot wait
Jinx.
to look at the footage and see
Okay.
see the reaction because it was great.
It'll be fun.
It
So
will.
the trick was a little hot and it's a little warm. I won't say hot, but warm today.
Yeah,
as
warm
well.
this morning, cooler by tonight. We'll have
Okay.
all those details coming up in just a bit.
All right,
good.
sounds good. Thanks, Jacob. Well, we want to get to some breaking news this morning. One person is dead following a Thursday night collision in Lee County, rather. The head-on collision happened near the Mooreville exit on Highway 22. Troopers say one driver was in the wrong lane. Lee County coroner says the driver of an SUV died at the scene from multiple trauma. And right now, that name is not being released.
We're following breaking news this morning. This morning in Calhoun County, I believe, Sheriff Greg Paulin says the man who went missing earlier this month has been found. Lonnie Wade Bevel, Sheriff Paulin says, was found alive and well in Maricopa County, Arizona. Back on February 4th, Bevel was reported missing after he was last seen at Smokey's truck stop on Highway 45. That's just east of Okolona. Again, he was found alive and well. We'll have more as this story develops.
Hearts across the country are still heavy this morning after Wednesday's deadly shooting in Florida. Now, it's the second major school shooting just 2 months into 2018. Well, sadly, the horrific situation is becoming more common, which raises fear levels for many parents, students, and school districts as they seem to be becoming more common. Well, also, counselors are encouraging parents to talk with their children about the unimaginable scenario. Counselor Wendy Woods says educating children can ease their fear about the circumstances, but that also depends on how parents deliver that conversation.
If we present fear and anxiety, then that's exactly what our children are going to present. If we present confidence and knowledge, then our children will present that same confidence, especially in the likelihood of a disastrous event.
Woods also says it's important to limit information your children receive about these situations through media and the internet.
Time now 7:03. A Mississippi man says he warned the FBI late last year about the suspect in Wednesday's Florida school shooting.
Yeah, D'Iberville bail bondsman became alarmed after seeing a post from Nicholas Cruz that raised a red flag. Jalen Morris from our Gulfport sister station has more.
This is Ben Benight, a bail bondsman in D'Iberville who alerted the FBI last September on a disturbing post on his YouTube channel from Nicholas Cruz stating, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter." Benight contacted the FBI late that night after seeing the post. 2 FBI agents visited Benight the next morning.
I think that if the FBI had the manpower and the resources to track down every YouTube comment made that was sideways, maybe it could have been prevented, but you know, there's so much out there.
After the deadly shooting in Florida on Wednesday, the question asked today is, did the FBI do enough with the information Benight gave them last September?
I think they took them as seriously as they could for a vague comment on a YouTube channel.
Benight heard about the school shooting in Florida while online Wednesday. The news caught him by surprise.
I first saw that report, I felt like, you know, it's sad, another school shooting. I hadn't connected the dots yet.
Less than 2 hours after the shooting, the FBI contacted Benight and wanted to know if he knew anything about Nicholas Cruz. Benight told them he didn't know anything about Cruz besides his post last September. School shootings have been a major issue in the United States, with this one being the 18th school shooting this year. So when Benight saw the post in September, he had 2 concerns: the country and the safety of his children.
I stay concerned about the state of things in the country, and is my son's school going to be next? Or any of my kids' schools going to be next.
In D'Iberville, Jalen Morris, News 25.
Now here at home, a shooting in Brooksville lands one person behind bars and sends another to the hospital. Brooksville police say 19-year-old Everett Shields is accused of shooting his own father, 49-year-old Elvis Shields. The shooting happened around 6 o'clock at 500 Meadowbrook Drive. Elvis Shields was shot multiple times and was airlifted to North Mississippi Medical Center in Tupelo. He's listed in stable condition. The Noxubee County Sheriff's Department arrested Everett, and he's being charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. In a separate incident in Aberdeen, police are looking for Cortez McMillan. They believe he's involved in a shooting that sent Shadrick Ware to the hospital. Ware has been treated and released, but McMillan is still on the run. If you know where he is this morning, call the Aberdeen Police Department.
It wasn't a happy ending to Valentine's for one couple here in Lowndes County. One woman now facing charges. She's accused of cutting her husband. Charity Harkins, 28, is officially facing an attempted murder charge. Around 1 Wednesday morning, Lowndes County deputies were called to this home here on Highway 69 South. The deputies found blood on the outside of the patio of the home, as well as inside the master bedroom and bathroom. Well, no one was found inside. While searching outside, though, deputies heard a voice that was identified as the victim, 54-year-old Barry Ferguson. Ferguson had a large cut on the lower right side of his abdomen. According to investigators, his condition right now is unknown. Harkins remains in the Lowndes County Detention Center.
A Lowndes County jury finds a West Point man guilty of 8 crimes. Altravius Gaston was convicted on 2 counts each of armed robbery, kidnapping, and sexual battery. He's also charged with 1 count each for grand larceny and felon in possession of a weapon. Gaston robbed the Sprint Mart on Military Road in February 2015, then held 2 store clerks against their will and sexually assaulted them. After the holdup, Gaston was later found hiding in a bathtub at a West Point apartment complex. District Attorney Scott Colomb praised the victims for their courage in testifying against Gaston and the Columbus Police for their hard work. Gaston's sentencing is set for later this morning.
A group of suspected burglars are caught after trying to disconnect a home surveillance camera, but not before deputies say it captured their pictures. 48-year-old William Cobb, along with 26-year-old Cody Turman, 24-year-old Stephen Barkley, and 21-year-old Kenny Hall, all facing burglary charges. Union County Sheriff Jimmy Edwards says a home was broken into early Monday morning on Liberty Road in Ingomar. The sheriff says the homeowner was away at work and the alleged burglars got away with a TV, jewelry box, and a bow and arrow. In an attempt to disconnect the home surveillance camera, well, it captured some snapshots of the suspects. According to the sheriff, now all 4 have a bond set at $10,000. The sheriff says deputies have been able to recover that stolen TV. Well, time now is 7:07, and meteorologist Jacob Dickey, he's with us this morning. He has a quick look at our forecast. Good morning, Jacob.
Hey, good morning to you. Hope you guys are enjoying your strawberries over at the desk with the fondue on there. Again, go to the website and vote for them. In the meantime, at home, get outside and enjoy the last few hours of this warm air. Temperatures in the 60s this morning with a south wind. Things are changing for us as our cold front approaches, now starting to push into far north Mississippi. Memphis getting their first taste of some rain here. Little Rock earlier was in the upper 60s. They're down to 57 now, down to 37 in Oklahoma City, where they were in the 80s yesterday. So a bit of a strong cold front coming our way. As it pushes on through 60s, maybe even some 70s ahead of it. Behind it then, by tonight, we're down into the 50s, even seeing some 40s on the board. It will be chilly tonight. Lows then, seeing low 40s along and north of US 278. Would not be surprised if we got a 30 on the board there. Still mid to upper 40s for the rest of us in the Golden Triangle and West Alabama. There will be some showers in our area through the day today. Better chance for showers comes tomorrow, though, with us. We'll see some rainfall amounts pushing quarter to a half inch, maybe higher in spots here. Seeing the best chances for the heavier rain being along the Tennessee border and north of US 278 again through the weekend. Now, coming up, I'll have your 7-day forecast. We'll take a look at when we warm back up and when our next chances for rain after this weekend will be.
All right,
We're so used to Alex. Whoopsie.
Sorry, Jacob. I'm so sorry. Thank you for that weather update.
Taking the strawberries away.
He's taking the strawberries away from me. Oh, okay. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I want them. I want them. Time now is 7:09 right now. How much pot is too much? Well, apparently, the magic number is 30 ounces or more.
One city in Mississippi says if you have less than that, it's not a big deal. Our Victoria Bailey, she takes a look at what decriminalizing marijuana would do if it were on the table for discussion here in the Golden Triangle.
You can now be caught in possession of less than 30 grams of marijuana in the state's capital city without a trip to jail.
What they're speaking about is an ounce or more is a felony amount. That's what the state statute says. It's actually 28.35 equals 1 ounce, but for package weight and everything else, so 1 ounce is a pretty significant amount. It's not huge.
Under the new Jackson City ordinance, the fine shrinks to $100. Ward 5 City Councilman Stephen Jones says if the same proposal were in place here, he could see it being more profitable in the long run.
I think that it will be more like a speeding ticket. You know, we're more likely to get the money now that it's become, you know, just a ticket. You know, you write them a ticket and they go home and then they have to come and pay, pay the ticket. So, you know, you're more likely to get, paid for it, because the fine is not so high.
Lowndes County Narcotics Officer Archie Williams says decriminalizing cannabis wouldn't change his day-to-day one bit.
We've been dealing with the marijuana laws. I've been doing this 18 years and it hasn't changed, and we still concentrate on all aspects and enforce all aspects of the drug laws. So one or the other would not make a big difference, because either way, I don't see a change at all.
Jones says decriminalization of small amounts of pot would allow law enforcement to see the more harmful drug dealers clearer.
It frees up, your officers and your drug enforcement agents to be able to focus on, bigger drugs. Your meth, your pills and different things of that sort.
Williams says it could be marijuana today, but
what would be the next step? Are you allowed to run 1 red light a day, but don't let us catch you running 2? Or, hey, the first DUI is on us, and then we'll catch you on the second. I mean, it's kind of, if you look at it in that way, I don't see it being a good thing, You're choosing what laws to enforce and what not.
The Jackson Council's decision will go into effect next month.
Well, steady population growth and new opportunities for economic development are some highlights from an annual report on Lee County. Elected officials, civic and business leaders turned out for the State of the County address at the Tupelo Furniture Market. Lee County Board of Supervisors President Mike Smith said the county has a lot going for it, including being in the top 5 for lowest county taxes, 6th highest gross sales in the state, and more than $22 million in average growth in annual assessments. He said the 2 main challenges facing the county are the need for a new jail and infrastructure improvements.
The cost of asphalt has tripled in the past years. We don't get to cover near as many roads as we want to, but we have alternative things that we've been doing to stretch our dollars a lot further, and hopefully President Trump will pass something and send some federal money our way. You're talking about some guys that would accept it with a smile on their face. That would be us. So.
Smith also credited the Lee County School District with helping spur continued economic growth and development.
Time now 7:12. Still ahead here on the CW4 at 7. Lawmakers are pushing to increase the tax on cigarettes. Just how much lighting up could start costing. More to come here at 7. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Time now 7:15 here at the 7 o'clock show. Nearly 23% of Mississippi adults light up on a regular basis, and they pay a pretty low tax compared to other states. But there's a push to hike the cost of that pack of cigarettes. Courtney Ann Jackson's at the Capitol and explains.
The idea of raising taxes isn't something you'll often hear a bipartisan call for here at the state capitol, but the tobacco tax seems to be the exception.
This is a common sense approach to improving the health care in our state. How can we ignore that?
3 Senate bills are pending that would raise the cigarette tax by $1.50. A House proposal is for a $1 hike. The State Medical Association says it's a win-win for the state's pocketbook and overall health.
We know as prices go up, smoking use goes down, and also it will increase revenues to the state for those that still do smoke.
They say raising the tax on a pack of cigarettes would have the most dramatic impact on teen smokers.
The youth are affected more by cost. For every 10% increase in cost, 7% fewer youth smoke.
Senators Bryce Wiggins and Willie Simmons both have pending bills to raise the tax.
So this tax is an investment that gives a great return in several ways.
Wiggins' bill would earmark the tax revenues.
I am not for tax increases, but by gosh, if we have to improve health care, and if we're going to do it, it needs to go to Medicaid and not into the general fund just for us to spend it on other things.
Governor Bryant's Director of Communications, Clay Chandler, sent a statement saying Governor Bryant is supportive of generating new revenue and stopping smoking and other unhealthy behavior. He will carefully review any bill raising taxes on cigarettes should one reach his desk.
And that was Courtney Ann Jackson reporting. Time now 7:17. It's feeling a little bit more like spring outside. Coming up next, meteorologist Jacob Dickey will have our full weekend forecast.
your first alert forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Thanks for joining us on Sunrise on CW. A bit of a cloudy start to the day. We got a little sunshine in some spots here. Tupelo seeing more clouds than not. Columbus, partly cloudy skies right now. That's because of this cold front that's approaching our area. Right now in Tupelo, we're still at 65. Warm out there. We'll get that up a few more degrees or so for most of us as that south wind hangs on, keeping the warm, moist air in place. But cold front is just around the corner for us here. Notice how by 10 a.m. already starting to fall into the 50s. By 4 p.m. into the 40s. We're down in the mid-40s this afternoon for Tupelo. So the warm areas now, it will be changing very shortly. That's because of this cold front off to our north, giving some showers and perhaps a rumble of thunder. The line right here, that is where that cold front is. Memphis starting to cool off. We'll start to cool off in New Albany in the next hour or so, and places like Ripley and Corinth as this front slides onto the south and to the east. Again, ahead of it, 60s. Behind it, 30s and 40s. Chilly air in place. Notice Oklahoma City. Last night they were in the 80s. They're down to 37. Wind chill in the 20s. Very bit of Arctic air coming our way. Now this front pushes on through as it does so, changing from 60s and even 70s ahead of the front. Tonight, then, we're into the 50s and even 40s. Would not be surprised if we get some spots into the upper 30s along and north of Interstate 22, but still we'll see those mid-40s for our overnight lows in the Golden Triangle and West Alabama. Now, after this front comes through, we do get a few showers this afternoon, maybe a tenth of an inch of rain, light amounts now, but the better chance is going to come for our Saturday. Notice then as that next front pushes on through, wherever this boundary sets up, south of it is the 70s, north of it is the 50s and 40s. We could see places to the north here in our viewing area, a swing of 30 degrees over the entire span of our viewing area. So hopefully you get that warm air, but if not, you'll be in the cold, rainy air for our day on Saturday. Now, again, here's Friday. Light rain amounts. The better chance comes on Saturday for us. Notice how we get some spots, half inch, even pushing an inch along the Tennessee border. After that, then the rain chances are going to continue. Just a shower on Sunday, perhaps. Monday and Tuesday look to be dry, but we'll probably keep those clouds in place as we get those temperatures. Would not be surprised if we get an 80 on the board there. Wednesday, then, our next chance for showers and perhaps some thunderstorms.
All right, thanks, Jacob. Well, now turning to that devastating story out of Florida. A court date has been set for the teen accused of opening fire inside that Florida high school Wednesday, killing 17 people and injuring more than a dozen. Now, all those killed have been identified, and officials say the suspect did buy the assault weapon legally at a Florida gun shop.
Wow, such a tragic story. Laura Podesta has the latest from Parkland, Florida, where residents are still trying to come to grips with what has happened.
Emotions were raw at the Pine Trails Park Amphitheater in Parkland, Florida, where a massive vigil was held overnight for those killed in Wednesday's high school massacre. At one point, the crowd chanted in unison, "No more guns."
This makes no sense. This is impossible. My girl, my 14-year-old baby.
Earlier in the day, the suspect, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, was brought handcuffed into court.
You are charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder.
Cruz was ordered held without bond. A Broward County Sheriff's Office report says he confessed to details of the shooting. Cruz's attorneys say their client had mounting problems and fell through the cracks.
He's a broken human being. He's a broken child.
He is on suicide watch. The child is deeply troubled, and he has endured significant trauma that stems from the loss of his mother.
As more details emerge on how the attack unfolded, there are signs the loss of life, as bad as it was, could have been worse. A state senator says authorities told him it appeared Cruz tried to fire out of the school's third-floor windows at students as they were fleeing. Thankfully, though, the windows made of safety glass did not shatter.
Now, police have interviewed more than 2,000 people so far in this investigation. The school still remains a crime scene and is closed today.
Yeah, wow. And I'm sure the more people they interview, the more stories we're going to be hearing, the stories of survival, stories of heroic actions being taken inside that school that day. So, you know, a lot of more information to come.
Oh, yeah, still a big story here.
Well, we now know the names of the 17 people killed at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, and we're also learning a little about the lives they led.
Here's Hannah Doba.
The kids in this community loved him. They adored him. He was one of the greatest people I knew.
Assistant football coach Aaron Feist was killed as he threw himself in front of students to protect them. A former student and player at Marjorie Stoneman, he leaves behind a wife and daughter. Joaquin Oliver from Venezuela had just become a U.S. citizen. His friends say he was a unique soul. 14-year-old Jamie Gutenberg loved to dance and hoped to become an occupational therapist. Her family doesn't know how it will cope.
She's like, I gotta go, Dad, bye. And I don't always get to say, I love you. I don't remember if I said that to Jamie yesterday morning.
Alyssa Al-Hadef was a talented soccer player. Her mother said all she had to offer the world was love. Peter Wang, a 15-year-old, was last seen holding a door open so others could escape. Carmen Schentrup was a semi-finalist for a National Merit Scholarship. Elena Petty helped victims of Hurricane Irma rebuild. Nicholas Dwart was a swimmer who had committed to swim for the University of Indianapolis. And geography teacher Scott Beagle was killed helping students enter a locked classroom to avoid the gunman.
He was just an amazing person, Mr. Beagle, his name, and he will forever be in my heart and forever be my hero because he basically saved my life.
Funeral services for those killed are still being arranged. Time now to take a commercial break, but we've got more local news on the CW4 at 7 after this. Welcome back. It is 7:30. Choctaw County Regional turns on the vacancy light for the new addition of their Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. The new addition provides 13 additional beds to county citizens. New dining halls, therapy rooms, and lounges are also a part of the renovation project. Employees are proud of the care they will be able to bring to more residents.
The new Lowndes County School District Career Technical Center may be built, but filling it is the next step. The superintendent's office, as well as business leaders and Secretary of State Delbert Hosemann, toured the new facility Thursday morning. The center will focus on training high school students starting at the sophomore level. Well, starting students at an earlier age will provide the area with the skilled workforce it needs to attract business.
Not everybody has made this kind of commitment. The commitment that was made here, which is the right thing to do. I mean, we need to take it everywhere and tell them to do the same things, to vision what the workforce is going to look like in the future, and train those people beginning 10th, 11th grade all the way up, train them to fit that workforce.
The Career Tech Center will be ready for students on August 1st. Time now to get a look at the sports world. Here's sports as Tom Ebel.
On the verge of more history, it seems every time we talk about Hail State Hoops, another program first, record, best, you name it, it's on the line. That was the case again against Vanderbilt. Vic Schaefer and the Bulldogs look to clinch a share of the program's first SEC regular season title in Vanderbilt. They shot out of the gates in a blaze. Roe Johnson staying hot, corner triple, money. This is deja vu. I promise this isn't the same highlight. Morgan Williams to Roe Johnson. Three-pointer, good ball movement from the Bulldogs. Find Blair Schaefer in the opposite corner. Another triple off the steal. Vivians to Schaefer. Back to Vivians. Look at the up fake. Drawing the defense. Kick it out to a wide open Roe Johnson. Bulldogs offense operating on all cylinders. Into the second quarter, Vivians gets in on the action. Here, identical kick-out pass to Vivians wide open. Bulldogs would destroy Vanderbilt's zone all night long. Vivians showing both sides of her game off in this one. The inside lane on the post move. Bulldogs up 24 at half. Cruise control, get on Tierra McCowan's back. She'll guide you to victory. William inside, just racking up dimes to McCowan. William would have 9 assists. McCowan would finish with another double-double. She'd have 19 points, 11 boards. Bulldogs clinched that first SEC regular season title. They smoked Vandy 95-50. And on top of that, they're still undefeated, 27-0. The struggles continue for Ole Miss women's basketball. They dropped their 10th straight game, this time on the road in Baton Rouge against LSU. The Rebels fall to 1-11 in the SEC. Shelby Gibson led the way for the Rebels. For her first career double-double, she had 15 points and 10 boards. And for the first time ever, yes, ever, Alabama defeats Tennessee in Knoxville 72-63. Prior to Thursday, the Tide was 0-22 in Tennessee's gym. Now put a 1 in front of that win column. Over to JUCO hoops, rivalry renewed in Fulton. ICC taking on Northeast. ICC leading at halftime, but third quarter we go. Andrea Adams of Corinth follows her own miss, gets the and one bucket. ICC leads, the Northeast takes the lead on a triple from Deja Rogan, Ripley native. Lady Tigers up here. But here comes ICC. Right back, Shania Buford drains the mid-range floater there. Then they regain the lead. Tanisha Miller, look at the dime inside. Nice up fake. Get your balance, get the 2 to go. ICC leading and would be in control in the fourth quarter. Lauren Finch all the way coast to coast, got to stop ball, takes advantage with the lay-in. ICC gets the W 64-47. Let's run it back with the men. ICC Northeast. Another great game up in Fulton. Tigers jump on top with Arthur Johnson penetrating for the 2-point bucket. Indians right back. Casey McQueen with the triple. Nothing but nylon there. Tie game early. Here come the Tigers. Look at the step back from Connor McKay. The rainbow triple for all 3 of those. And then the Tigers would extend their lead here in the first. Baldwin native Felix Hayes in the corner. Can't give him that much room. Rattles in the triple. Indians fighting back. Ole Miss commit Brian Hallams with the old grown man board and the finish for 2. But Northeast splits the doubleheader, getting the win 71-53. District tournament hoops, teams fighting for a ticket to a district championship. West Lowndes taking on Hamilton. On the girls' side, second quarter, Alexia Ware finds Amaya Werner inside for 2. Lady Lions lead early, but West Lowndes answer off the fast break. Ed Mariah Sherrod drives inside for the bucket. Let's fast forward to the fourth quarter. Gets good. West Lowndes up. Shanice Watts finds Ariel Boswell. Drives, scores off the glass for 2, extending that West Lowndes lead. Back comes Hamilton. Tori Harrison finds Tylish Werner inside for 2. Later on for West Lowndes, Ed Mariah Sherrod. She's going to find Ashanti Williams. She drains the jumper. West Lowndes leading late, up by 35 seconds left. Tori Harrison throws to Amaya Werner off the inbounds pass, but Werner's throw intercepted by Watt. That would seal the deal. West Lowndes heading to the district championship. They win 51-48. Also staying in West Lowndes, Noxapater and Nanawai battling in a Cross Creek rivalry matchup to see who's going to the district title. Early on, Jared Triplett coast to coast off the steal for the score. Pater up early, but here come more from the Tigers. D. Woods to DePadre Coburn. Grown man take inside with the contact for 2. Here come the Warriors looking to answer off the fast break. Bryce Stanton weaving his way through the D. He'd finish with a nice left-hand finish. And later on for Nanawai, here comes Chris Smith off the fast break. He's going to get the shot to go, plus the harm. By the way, just throw it on up there. good chance it'll go in. But back comes Knox Pater. Padre Coburn steals the pass. He's going to take it coast to coast for the easy 2. Knox Pater gets the W over Nanawaya 50-39. They'll advance to the district title. And let's see who these past 2 teams will be facing off on Friday. Nanawaya facing off against Vardaman on the girls' side. Early on for the Lady Rams, down early. Monica Wright goes coast to coast for 2. That's the way you tie the ball game up early. Later on, more from Nanawaya, good ball movement. Renata Armstrong gets it at the wing, even when the hand in face drains the triple. Nanawaya looking to answer. Madison Alford to Dalen Nance. She drives mid-range jumper. Man, all in her grill. Fourth quarter we go, Nanawaya down, but Copeland finds Nance one more time. Drive, pull up jumper, working the mid-range. It cut into the lead a bit, but it'd be too much. Vardaman down the stretch. Monica Wright to Annabeth Lucius. Drives, gets the shot to go, plus the contact and the foul. Vardaman gets the win over Nanawaya 49-26. They'll play West Lowndes for that district championship. And to the boys' side, staying in West Lowndes, Vardaman facing West Lowndes. Let's just keep running it back. Off the inbound pass, Patrick Pratt inside, drains the jumper for 2. Rams with the early lead, but here comes West Lowndes. A lot of great games on Thursday. Trey Lucius drives inside, gets the shot to go with the contact. He might want an and 1, but I'm sure he'll take the 2. Back comes Vardaman. Pratt in the corner to Connor Edmondson for 3. He'll take all 3 of those. That's right, raise those hands. Ref, give him the 3. Later on for the Panthers, Quay Sanders finds Jalen Brewer inside. Grown man Tate weaving through the double team for 2, gets the shot to go. And more from Vardaman. Cody Townsend, nice drive inside for 2. This one would go down to the wire, but it'd be West Lowndes punching its ticket to the district final 43-37. The Panthers will take on Noxapater for the Region 6 1A crown. Great day of basketball on Thursday. Looking forward to it with some more district championship action coming up tonight right here on WCBI Sports. Make sure you tune in. I promise you it will be some great stuff. That does it for sports. Sunrise continues right after the break.
Elizabeth Hawkins, E-L-I.
INSBOB.
Did you guys want to talk about Well, welcome back, everyone. This morning we've got Bob and Elizabeth Hawkins with us from the Starkville MSU Symphony Association. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
And you guys have an event coming up this weekend, and I know you kind of wanted to touch base a little bit on some of the programs and what you guys do.
Yes. We're in our 49th year
of
not charging admission to any event we present. And 2 of the concerts I wanted to just briefly touch on was one on March the 2nd is our children's concert, which over the span of 3 concerts during the day, 3,000 elementary school children will listen and sing and learn from these concerts. And then in the evening, the MSU student competition winner will play a concerto with the orchestra. And the other concert is part of our continuing partnership with MUW, where we present a concert in Rent Auditorium on the MUW campus, and the MUW music faculty members, two of them will do concertos with the orchestra. But like I said, all our concerts are free, and if you want something to be free, you have to be prepared to pay for it.
Right, which kind of
And
segues
yes.
into tomorrow's event a little bit. And you kind of
Right.
you wanted to talk about that. It sounds wonderful.
It is wonderful, and I hope I'll see you there. We have an annual event that we call The Affair. This year it is the Downton Abbey Affair, and it will be, and I believe you'll have this on the screen, it will be
Yeah, we'll have a graphic in a moment, yeah.
at the Storehouse on Fire Station Road in Starkville. It will include food, complimentary wine, beer, and soft drinks, music by the Hepcats, including our guest artist, Jeffrey Rupp from Columbus, and then a silent auction. All of this the proceeds from it will go to support the events that we put on free for the public, and so it's very important that we have fundraisers like this.
Right.
Two of Columbus's artists will be shown in the silent auction.
And that's exciting.
Yes.
That's exciting, some locals there.
Yes, Hoot Wilder and Jimmy Criddle have artwork in the silent auction. And two other things that you might really be interested in. We have an MSU basketball signed by Coach Vic Schaefer.
Oh, I bet a lot of people will be interested in
and
that for sure.
A baseball signed by Coach Andy Canizzaro.
They'll like it. Well,
yes.
Here's the event Saturday, February 17th. Starts at 6 o'clock in the evening. For more information, visit starkvillesymphony.org. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. We greatly appreciate it. It's going to be a good time.
Yes.
All right, time now to get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Hey, Jacob.
It'll be good for Saturday if you want to go to that event, get inside and enjoy that. We should get the rain mostly out of here by that time, but today, though, we're watching it come in 65 right now in Tupelo, dew point at 58 again. The clouds are increasing. The front is on our back door here. Here it is right now through Memphis. You can see this fine yellow line. This is a line of gusty showers that continues to push off to the south and east. Over the next hour, it'll approach Ripley, Holly Springs into Union County and Lafayette County, Oxford. As it pushes south, the warm air will go away. The cooler air will come in. Here in Tupelo by 10 a.m. it'll be moving on in. Notice how this afternoon we're into the 40s, mid-40s by tonight. It will be very chilly compared to what we've been experiencing the past couple of days. Futurecast does a great job of showing this again. The temperature's down for the 70s ahead of it, into the 50s, even 40s behind it by this evening if you're going out to dinner tonight. There will be some showers today, but better chance for rain will come tomorrow during the day for us. We can see here on this Futurecast showing as those temperatures drop tonight, then lows, maybe see some 30s on the board. Now, coming up here at the end of the show, we're going to have a look at the 7-day forecast. We'll tell you a little bit about how much rain we expect, and we'll take a look at when the rain will move on through, hopefully in time to clear out for the event in Starkville.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic Welcome back, everyone. It is 7:47. Team USA speed skater Erin Jackson makes her Olympic debut this weekend in the 500-meter-long track competition. The Florida native has been a skating star for years, but just not on the ice. Dana Jacobson caught up with Jackson in Milwaukee before she departed for South Korea.
I didn't think it would happen this soon.
Long track speed skater Erin Jackson is a surprise member of this year's Olympic team, taking up ice skating just 4 months ago.
I still sometimes just don't believe it. I don't understand how it could have happened. I mean, I know I put in a lot of work, but I still didn't see it coming.
A heavily decorated inline speed skater, Jackson has been on wheels since she was a kid. When inline speed skating wasn't enough,
her second pass through the pack,
she gave roller derby a spin. And when the time was right to go from wheels to ice, she jumped at it.
What was the most challenging thing about it?
The techniques are pretty different. With ice, you really have to dig in. It was pretty frustrating at first because I wasn't good.
Bonnie Blair is a 5-time Olympic gold medalist.
A lot of the similarities from being on rollers for sure carry on over to the ice.
She says Jackson still has to work on her technique, but
Erin for sure, that's got in her back pocket is how much she has competed over the years to know how to channel those energies, that competitiveness that you have to do to take to the starting line.
And when Jackson does, perhaps the best part for her is that her dad will be there, thanks to an online fundraiser and a last-minute Bridgestone sponsorship. After all, Dad was her first call when she made the Olympic team.
Not often that you see him get excited, but when he answered the phone, I don't remember his exact words, but it was something like, "Oh, so you went pretty fast, huh?"
And that is Jackson's Olympics goal, just to be faster. She says it's the same goal she had in the trials, and look what happened.
Time now to take a commercial break, but we've got more on the CW4 at 7 right after this.
Welcome back now. Time 7:51. The big hole created by Wednesday's water main break has been plugged. Well, Starkville utility crews worked throughout Valentine's Day to get South Montgomery Street back up and running. Mayor Lynn Spruill says after investigating the break, it appears to be a seal failure. A tap that ran from the main line to a nearby fire hydrant had broken. Well, the main line has been repaired, and Spruill says as far as the road is concerned, a more permanent fix is coming soon.
We're going to be overlaying with capital improvement project that street area there at South Montgomery, Lynn Lane. So we're hoping that we can wait about a month or so to totally cover it back up again and then then repair it as a total project that will make it as though it never happened.
Mayor Spruill says they expect the project to take place in the next week or two.
Severe Weather Awareness Week is right around the corner. Our team of meteorologists will be sharing stories of survival, safety tips, severe weather information, and a whole lot more. Starting Monday and all throughout the week, tune in to WCBI News. Our meteorologists will cover things like tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, flash flooding, and again, a lot more. Speaking of weather, here is meteorologist Jacob Dickey to tell us what's the latest before you head out the door. Jacob?
We're not looking at anything severe this morning at all, but we are getting a change in the weather coming for us. Seeing the clouds at our Alpha Insurance Sky Cam now for both Columbus and in Tupelo. Now, right now in Tupelo, that front is on our doorstep, still at 65 now, but in the next couple of hours, that is going to change for us. Our Doppler radar is actually picking up a gusty line of showers off to the north and to the west. It's going from Boulevard, Tennessee, down to the north of Holly Springs, into the South Memphis suburbs there. And as that pushes through, the warm air ahead of it will be replaced with cold air behind it. Here's where that front is. Again, Memphis earlier was in the mid-60s. They're down to 50 already as that front passed through the airport there. Seeing those 60s ahead of it, warm air. The blues as that winter cold air behind it. It is coming back for us for a little while. Now here's the front. As we get into the lunch hour, then it will push into the Golden Triangle area. We'll be ahead of it, 60s and 70s, behind it 50s, and we'll be dropping into the 40s by the time later this afternoon and evening rolls around for spots. Overnight, then, we will all be ending up in the 40s. Some of us, particularly along and north of Interstate 22, we could see an upper 30 on the board yet again tonight, but if you're hoping for that warmer weather, it will be back soon enough. So there could be some showers in the area for us on Friday today. The better chance for rain will come in on Saturday, though. We'll have another boundary it will straddle our area. To the north of that, then, again, cooler air, to the south, warmer air. So wherever this ends up, we'll have to wait and see who gets on the warm side and who gets on the cooler side of that. From this, though, we do get some rain tonight. Not much, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of rain in spots. The better chance for showers and perhaps a little heavier rain will come in on the day Saturday into Sunday. We'll end up with up to close to 1 inch along the Tennessee border, 1/2 inch along the Interstate 22 corridor, Golden Triangle 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, and lesser amounts as we go further on to the south. Now, the 7-day forecast still has plenty of chances for showers on there. Really, every day has a chance. The best chance today, look for some showers up to 1/10 of an inch of rain. Saturday could see 1/4 to 1/2 inch, if not locally higher amounts, as showers continue all day. Chance for showers Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Our next chance, though, looks to be Wednesday after that as we keep those temperatures back into the upper 70s.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Earlier this morning, I don't know if you guys, if you watched the 6 o'clock show, but Renee and I had a little contest.
We did.
Yeah, we brought
going
Cooking Up a
on.
Storm back from mid-morning. We brought it here, made fondue. Mama Dickie got some banana bread for the winner of the strawberries. We got the picture on.
Drum roll.
Scott, I think you were clearly the unanimous winner there, based on the comments. So he gets some of Mama Dickie's banana bread. Always check out our Cooking Up a Storm and mid-morning is Andre. Usually it's on Tuesday mornings. You can go to our website and see them too. We love Cooking Up a Storm.
Nice.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mama Dickie, for this. And I will share because I think Renee won fair and square.
Oh, my strawberries looked crusty. Yours looked arranged and beautiful.
I just tried to fill up the whole entire plate. But anyway, it was fun. Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
Jacob, for surprising
fun way to
us.
end the Friday. So
Yeah.
Well, I'll be back Monday. We'll see what I do then.
Ooh, scared. You
We
should
like-
be.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, everyone.